In Scandinavia, we have a word that they do not have in the rest of the world, and the word is this: arbejdsglæde. Now, to the rest of the world, this may sound more like a throat disease than an actual word, but trust me, this is a real word in the Nordic countries. So what does it mean? Well, arbejde means work, and glæde means happiness. So arbejdsglæde literally means happiness at work. But what does that specifically mean? Well, arbejdsglæde is simply when you feel good at work. You like what you do. You do a really good job that you can be proud of. You like your coworkers, and they like you. It's when you wake up on a Monday morning and you go, yes, it's Monday, and you actually look forward to going to work that week. Now, the word arbejdsglæde exists only in Danish, Swedish, and Norwegian, and then in no other language on the planet. We've checked. For instance, in Japanese, there is no arbejdsglæde. Instead, they have the word karoshi, which means death from overwork. Now, I speak about this topic all over the world, and outside of Scandinavia, a lot of people argue and say, well, how can there possibly be any happiness at work? Everybody knows that work sucks. That's why you get paid, right? But the thing is, working to earn money is really not all there is to it. Arbejdsglæde, liking what you do, is really, really important for a lot of reasons. I mean, think about how much time you spend at work. Us adults with full-time jobs, we spend more time at work than we do with our friends, our families, and on our hobbies combined. And when you spend that much time on anything, it really should be something you enjoy. Otherwise, you're wasting a lot of time, and you're wasting a lot of your life. Another reason why arbejdsglæde is important is that it will make you more successful. I mean, we all want to be successful at work, right? We want to have a good career, we want to make some money, we want to be able to do well for ourselves and our families. But the thing is that a lot of people chase success, thinking that success will make them happy. Well, I say turn that around. Find a job where you are happy, and you will do a better job, and you will be more likely to be successful. In fact, studies do show that happy people on average are more successful at work and in life than people who are unhappy at work. And the reason why is actually very, very simple. When you're happy at work, you are more productive. You get more work done. You are more creative. You come up with more and better ideas. You are more motivated. You have more energy, and you're more resilient in the face of setbacks. So when you're happy, you do a better job, and you will ultimately be more successful. And again, this is where a lot of people argue and say, yeah, well, sure, but you know what makes me happy at work? It's a bonus, it's a raise, a promotion, good perks. And we say no, actually that's not true. Those things are all very nice, but studies show that they don't make us happy at work. So what does create arbejdsglæde? Well, it comes from two things: results and relationships. Results is when you do a good job and you make a difference at something that is meaningful to you. You are proud of yourself at work. And relationships is when you like the people you work with. I like my coworkers, I like my boss, I like my employees, I like my customers for that matter. When you have those two things, results and relationships, that's when you're happy at work. You should absolutely get a fair salary. Of course you should. I mean, if you don't get a fair salary, that can make you unhappy at work because you feel like you're being treated unfairly. But on the other hand, a high salary will not make you happy at work. But then some other people, the business owners, might argue again. They say, well, happiness at work may all be fine and good, but I'm running a business here. I'm in it to make money. But making money does not rule out happiness at work. Actually, it turns out that happy companies make more money, and there are a lot of reasons why this is so. In a happy company, you have lower absenteeism, you have lower employee turnover, you have higher customer satisfaction and customer loyalty. Studies even show that happy companies have higher stock prices and profits. So very simply, happy companies make more money. And this is not exactly rocket science, okay? It's just that happy employees make the customers happy, happy customers return and buy more of your stuff, and that way the company makes more money. The cool thing here is that more and more companies are realizing this. Companies like Google, like Southwest Airlines, like Zappos are all realizing that the most important success factor for a business today is having happy employees. A lot of people have realized this, but still argue that, well, somebody should do something about it, but I can't possibly make a difference. You know, I'm just an employee. I can't make my workplace happy. The boss needs to do something. Now, some years ago, I talked to these 4 young, newly graduated Danish nurses who'd just been hired to work in a children's ward in a Danish hospital. They'd been really excited to start here, but when they did, they discovered that that ward was a very unhappy workplace. There was a lot of dissatisfaction and people were constantly complaining. Nobody ever helped anybody else out, and there was a lot of gossiping about the coworkers. And this was their first job as nurses, and they were just shocked at how bad it was. Now, they could have sat down and waited for management to do something or the head nurse to do something. They didn't. They did something. They did a lot of cool things, but my favorite is how they got people to praise each other by using a little plush toy elephant on a safety pin that you could award to a coworker like a medal. Over a period of 5 to 6 months, the 4 youngest nurses, the 4 newest hires, completely transformed that children's ward and made it a very happy workplace. They really enjoyed that, of course, and the other nurses loved it. But most of all, it made a huge difference for the patients, the children in the ward, and their families. The truth is this: your happiness at work is your responsibility. If you want arbejdsglæde, you can't just wait for your coworkers or your boss or management to do something. You've got to start with yourself. So what can you specifically do to become happier at work? Well, here are some things that we've tested in workplaces all over the world that are so simple that anyone can do it. How about starting your workday with what we call a level 5 good morning? You know, giving your coworkers a warm, friendly, cheerful good morning. Look them in the eye, talk to them. Actually, you know, show them that you look forward to your workday together with them. Another very, very simple thing you can do to become happy at work is this. Every day before you leave work, sit down and make a list of 3 good things that happened at work that day. 3 things that made you happy. You know, big things, small things, doesn't matter. Just make that list of 3 things. Finally, another thing I think that's really important is celebrating your victories. I mean, when something goes right at work, when you succeed, when something works, don't just take it for granted. Celebrate. Sadly, a lot of companies spend all their time focused only on the things that go wrong, and I say switch that around. Again, some people will say, well, that's all very fine, but what can I do? And that's why we created a website to help you create more arbejdsglæde. The website is at whattheheckisaarbejdsglæde.com, and you can go there right now and get very specific tips to make yourself and others happy at work. And you can also see what other people have done all around the world. So that's the idea of arbejdsglæde, this weird Scandinavian word. Now, stop chasing success at work, thinking that success will make you happy. Instead, chase happiness at work, because there is a very good chance that happiness will make you successful.